Will you ever get bullied in school?
Yeah, I did, but the people who were bullying me, sometimes they don't know that they're actually bullying me, but yeah, I did.
Bullied in school before?
Yes.
How?
Verbally, like, people attack me on my back and, like, say mean stuff. And, like, do it right in front of my face.
Well, you get bullied in several ways. From the way that I grew up down south, you can get bullied through your peers. You can get bullied through your community people. You know, people that go to church. Everything starts basically in the home. And if you're smarter than someone, kid, or you're a better athlete, or you live in a society where you're somebody's son that wasn't favorable to the community, adults bully you.
What is your definition of bullying?
The definition of bullying, well, I think is like, they're not nice people, well, most of the time, but sometimes they might have something going wrong with them, like at home or and not at school. They might take all that bad feelings and all their the way they're feeling all on you.
So during different phases in my life, I was bullied in different ways, and I saw the people around me bullied in different ways.
Solidarity with them. This has to go. We cannot be a country that calls ourselves a moral country if we support immoral policies and then we selectively look at the consequences of those policies to declare this group illegal, this group undocumented. We have to have a holistic approach and understand we are one people. This is one earth, and we have to live to work together because it's shrunk. It's a global village, and we can't allow injustice in one part of that village to create people we victimize in another part. We're all in this together, and that's why I'm here today.
This is your brother, Imam Talib Abdul Rashid, Imam of the Mosque of Islamic Brotherhood back in the village of Harlem, and the Deputy Amir of the Muslim Alliance in North America. I'm here as an elder Imam with my fellow Imams, and I'm here as a Muslim with my fellow Muslims, and we are here as Muslims with the rest of the members of the human family. We are here because we are not weak in faith. We are here to lift up our voices with the rest of the voices for justice. We are here as part of a mobilization and an organization for the sake of justice. The particular focus of our justice initiative in this case has to do with those young dreamers. And we should be ever mindful of this. We should be ever mindful of the power of the dream. We're standing here in the National Mall in Washington, D.C., where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and other dreamers stood in order to articulate their rights. So we're here representing all of those people, and we are here standing for justice.
This is the dirtiest part of grievance politics, which is to isolate communities from one another and to throw out fake news and false stats in order to make some people more fearable than others. And it's important for us to recognize that we're fighting the same machine, whether it's Islamophobia or anti-Semitism or whether it is anti-black or anti-Latino, it's all white supremacy. And these are all moles and pimples that are coming from the same machine of white supremacy. So we're fighting this today, and we will continue to fight this, inshallah, and we will continue to stand together and to resist this, because this is creating real fear. This is the same fear that a Muslim child feels when they go to their schools and are bullied by their teachers. This is the same fear that a young African American child feels in this country around law enforcement. And now you have the fear of children that did nothing wrong, that go home and have to wonder if their parents, who also did nothing wrong, are still going to be home just because of this the grievance politics that are propelling all of this racism that's now unfortunately infiltrating the highest offices And that's why we're standing in a historic place, because we know that this is where we need to take our fight. And we're going to stand here and we're going to keep on coming and keep on marching, and also keep on showing people solidarity, that we will stand with them and we will not be silent as they are targeted by this hatred that targets all of us and threatens our entire country.
Where we are and why we're here.
Demanding that Paul Ryan speak to us, that he meet with faith leaders and he meet with those affected, so you can see the human faces of those that are affected by this racist policy.
Assalamu alaikum. This is your brother Dawood Walid with you from the Michigan chapter of CARE and also with the Imams Council in Michigan. I'm here today to show solidarity with the Dreamers, but not primarily from a political perspective, but from a faith perspective. And I'm speaking directly to those of you who are watching right now who are not of immigrant background, just as I'm an African American. I was born and raised here. My family goes back in this country over 300 years. Why I believe that this issue is important? Because our holy book, the Quran, is a narrative of immigration. Our father Ibrahim alayhi salam was an immigrant. Hajar alayhi salam was an immigrant. Our prophet Moses, Musa alayhi salam, wa Harun alayhi salam, along with the children of Israel, were immigrants. Immigrants leaving a land, seeking to live a dream of a better opportunity, better life, and to leave tyranny, which many parents of dreamers came to America with that same type of fling and that same hope to have a better way of life. We're here to call on Congress to pass legislation for those dreamers to live the American dream, just as we are striving as naturalized citizens, as some of us, or native-born citizens, to live the American dream as best as we can.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin arrahmanir rahim maliki yawmiddin iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in ihdinas siratal mustaqim siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amen. The English translation of that is, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, all praise and thanks be to Allah, Lord of the Alamin, the most gracious, the most merciful, the only owner of the day of recompense. That you alone we worship and you alone we ask for help. Guide us the straight way, with those on whom you have blessed, bestowed your grace, and not the way of those who have earned your anger and wrath. And with that, I welcome you to another episode of the History Community Life Diverse in most Americas in New England. I'm Hassan Rashid, your host, and I'll be here with you for approximately 25 more minutes. It's excellent being here with you once again, and it's such an awful great achievement to come to you live once again, like we do here daily at FCC TV. So I guess you're wondering what that video was about. What was the one of the largest Islamic civil rights organizations in the United States, and they came out in support of the Dreamers in their quest to remain here in the United States and not be deported back to the countries of their parents. Okay, but I understand that legislation was defeated, and all praises to the God for the Muslim community coming out in support of the Dreamers. I don't think that's over with, as long as God has something to say about it. So we're going to follow that issue on in more details in episodes to come. But right now, I'd like to turn to some things that are happening right here at the CCTV. And I also heard that 75 Muslim leaders were arrested with the rest of the Dreamer protesters on that occasion. I think that was March 6th, okay? We'll get back to that shortly, okay? I'd like to tell you about the exciting upcoming classes for Computer People 50. Register date, reserve your seat. That's Age Engage with Google, Wednesday, March 21st, 2018 at 1 o'clock, and it's lasting up until 3 p.m. Age Engage is a collaboration between Google and CCTV to teach individuals over 50 how to use the internet. During the Age Engage, people over 50 are prepared. Google employees for one-on-one one-to-one training. The trainings are designed to teach participants internet skills according to their interests and experience. Participants can learn things like how to search the World Wide Web and send and receive email, share photos and videos, pay bills online, and more. So if you like additional information, you can contact Michael Rodriguez at 617-401-4058 or email Michael at cctvcambridge.org for more information. Okay, about registration is required, so that contact information is important, or you can just walk right on in 438 Massachusetts and sign up for Age Engage with Google. Okay, another thing is there's another something entitled Human Library coming our way. So you can't judge a book by its covers. Have you been subject to prejudice, discrimination, or stigma based on who you are, where you came from, or how you self-identify? Are you able to talk about your experiences in a respectful conversation with others who are curious? If so, you may be considered applying to be a human book in the Human Library. That's scheduled for May 5th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the main branch of the Cambridge Public Library. Readers may check out a human book for up to 30 minutes in order to learn more about the experience of those unlike themselves. The Human Library is a collaboration between the Cambridge Public Library and Cambridge Community Television. The purpose of the event is to help people better understand others in their community. So that's several. That's about 2 months away. That's May 5th. So there's a lot of time for you to think about getting involved with becoming a human library. Okay, so if you'd like additional information on that, you can call 617-661-6900. And there's still time for all you out there to engage in the electoral process right here at CCTV. That's the CCTV seeking candidates for their board of directors. So the deadline for the board nominations forms at CCTV is at 5 p.m. March 22nd. So on March 25th, information on nominees will be made available to members. April 24th, annual meeting board nominees will present themselves to the membership for consideration and a vote to house. So an election, all elections are very important instruments, okay? But so I advise you, if you'd like additional information, to call 617-661-6900. That's CCTV's phone, or you can fax 617-661-6927 and fax your questions in concerning this upcoming CCTV elections. I guess I prepared another video for you, and it's concerning the fact that March is Women's History Month here in the United States. There, I think March 7 or 6 was International Women's Day. But now in the United States, all over the United States, it's March is Women's History Month. I did prepare a video for you about it and several other things, but before I get to that, I'd like to read you something about Islam and the feminine voice, an exploration through sound and stories, okay? Contrary to dominant stereotypes of women in Islam as voiceless and marginalized, the stream of Islamic thought and sacred practice are replete with the voice and contribution of the female figures. During this retreat, okay, there's a retreat coming up. This is a retreat. We'll explore feminine voice in Islam with Muslim feminist theologian Salim Ibrahim and female Quran reciter Tasmin Zahari. Okay, through the modalities of Arabic chanting, recitation, and storytelling, they will explore the power and resilience of the female voice in Islam. We will explore, they will explore feminine aspects of divine Islamic mysticism, as well as female faith, sexuality, and voice as depicted in Islamic scriptures. Participants will be invited to connect the stories from Islamic scriptures to stories drawn from their own lives. Time for your individual reflections will also be provided. No previous experience is necessary. Simply bring curiosity, desire to be in the community, and heart open to experience sacred sounds and text. So I guess you wonder when all this is going to transpire? Well, the program will be held on Saturday, April 7th, 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. There's an $80 fee. Includes both the program and lunch. Scholarships are available. Now you can probably attend this event if you have a financial need. Scholarships are available. Celine Ibrahim is the chaplain, scholar and public educator. Ms. Ibrahim contributes to enriching cultural and religious literacy, have been featured by numerous media outlets including the New York Times, Public Radio International. She has served as Muslim chaplain for Tufts University since 2004 and has previously served on the faculty of Boston Islamic Seminar, Hebrew College, Andover Newton Theology School, Episcopal Divinity School at Merrimack College. Salim holds a master's degree in Women and Gender Studies and Near Eastern and Judaic Studies from Brandeis University, a Master of Divinity from Harvard Divinity School, and a bachelor's degree with highest distinctions in Near Eastern Studies from Princeton University. She has completed a PhD at Brandeis in Arabic and Islamic, Islamic civilization. Session 1, date, that's 4/7/2008. That's April 7, 2008, meeting time 9:39 a.m. That's at a place called Mercy by the Sea. That's 167 Neck Road, Madison, Connecticut. Okay, and direction. Okay, so if you'd like additional information about directions or anything else that you heard me read, you can call 203, that's an area code, 245-0401. So that's Mercy by the Sea, 167 Neck Road, Madison, Connecticut. And this is an event once again entitled Islam and the Feminine Voice, an exploration through sound and stories, and that's coming up year away. Okay, there's also a reminder that the Royal University for Women and a women's conference set to be held April 18th to 2016 conference. Okay, so the Royal University for Women second conference on women and society in collaboration with the Gulf Education. So this is abroad. This is not an event for a national event. It's international. It's overseas. Empowering women through higher education. That's April 18th to April 19th, 2018. Women are contributors to the nation building the economy, the economic sector, community life. However, throughout the world, women are underrepresented in the majority of employment sectors. Most other women are paid less than men, and few reach top positions. The gender gap is not only disadvantaging women themselves, it also has an adverse effect on economies, community, and families. So this is event, once again, it's entitled Women and Society Conference. That's going to be held, I think, in the country of, I'll have it right here for a minute, so hold on. Okay, it's Kingdom of Bahrain. Okay, so if any of you are heading out that way to the Kingdom of Bahrain around April 18th or 19th, I advise you to stop in at the Royal University of Women and check out this conference entitled Empowering Women Through Higher Education. Okay, so a lot of things are happening, good things are happening for women during this period, especially this March, the month of March, which is Women's Month. I had a promo for it, I wanted to share with you, I prepared for you, so I'm going to try to get back to that, get that on for you. Hold on.
The U.S. suffrage movement was the largest bloodless revolution in world history, enfranchising more people than any other law or effort. How about that the progressive movement from 1890 to 1920 was the greatest period of grassroots social reform in the history of the world, and that most reforms were carried forward by women and their clubs and organizations? Well, whether you answered yes or no, there will be plenty of opportunity this month to learn even more about the work of women in creating our nation. because March is Women's History Month. All month long, people all over the country will explore the many historical contributions of women throughout our history, something the National Women's History Museum does all year round. This Women's History Month is particularly special because it marks the 100th anniversary of International Women's Day on March 8th, which largely influenced the creation of the first ever Women's History Week and later evolved into a full month. The first International Women's Day in 1911 came during a time of great revolution and solidarity amongst women's groups around the world. The celebration emerged from the activities of the labor and women's suffrage movement of the 20th century in North America and Europe, and the efforts of American women had great influence on the development of the holiday. On February 28, 1909, the first National Women's Day was observed in the U.S. The celebration, which was declared by the Socialist Party of America, helped spark the idea for an International Women's Day. In the early 1900s, many working-class women in New York City made their living through work in factories, making everything from clothes and shoes to household items and teddy bears for children. The conditions they faced were deplorable, being forced to work long hours, often facing abuse, and barely earning a living wage. Outraged, women in the garment industry began to strike. Though American women had led strikes from as early as the beginning of industrialization in 1824, the 1909 strike in New York City was historic, as wealthy female customers joined in support of some 20,000 striking workers. Led by the Women's Trade Union League, middle and upper class women donated money, arranged for legal representation, spoke to the press, and even participated in picket lines.
Okay, so we're going to cut that video presentation a little bit short, but I just wanted to make sure that you got the message that March is Women's History Month here in the United States. Okay, and let's see. We're just about out of time. Can you believe it? Up the fast time goes by. There's a big storm coming. I advise you to see if we can get in and get some shelter, because they said this nor'easter is probably worse than the last one that we just had. So I advise you to get some shelter quick, because this storm is almost, the worst part is almost upon us now. Okay, one more thing before we leave. I'd like to remind you that children caught in family homelessness, how they are hurt, and how we can help. 13th Annual Forum on Family Homelessness. That's Sunday, March 18, 2018, 3 to 5 p.m. First Parish in Concord, 20 Lexington Road, Concord, Massachusetts. Sponsors, Advocacy Network for Family Homelessness, Cooperative Metropolitan Ministries, and Massachusetts Coalition for Homeless Souls. Speakers, featured speakers, will be Dr. Megan Sando, Associate Professor of Pediatrics and Public Health at Boston Medical Center, Carl Howell, Division Director of Housing and Homeless Services for Community and Work in Lowell, and Kelly Associate Turley, Associate Director, Mass Coalition for the Homeless and Area Legislators. Okay, Hassan Rashid, you know, it's always excellent being here with you. It's such a great achievement coming to your lives like we do. Until next time, I leave you with the fact that superior wisdom can never be subjected by inferior wisdom. So until next time, I leave you with the international cordial of peace, progress, prosperity, and that is in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum.
My name is Mujahid Jaime Mujahid Fletcher. I'm originally from Colombia, South America. My parents brought me here when I was 8 years old, so I couldn't make up my mind about whether I wanted to come here or not. I'm standing here today because so many of the people who came possibly at the age that I came are now being asked to leave. And I couldn't imagine leaving to a place that I don't know. So while I'm standing here, is so that we don't live based on fear, that we live based on the principles of why we even came to America, the principles of freedom of speech, the principles of freedom of religion, and the pursuit of happiness. So I hope to be along with anyone that is trying to be marginalized and stand along with them. Estamos aquí con nuestros hermanos para dar apoyo a aquellos que son dreamers o soñadores. Yo llegué cuando tenía 8 años de Colombia y solamente quiero la misma oportunidad para todos los demás que se me dio a mí al vivir aquí en los Estados Unidos.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Nihat Awad. We will be quickly joining the rest of the group here. Today we're standing with the dreamers' rights to stay in this country, to dream, to live, to work, and contribute to our country, to our society, and to our economy. We're going to be shortly moving to the office of Speaker's House for Ryan, and will be arrested in solidarity with the DACA recipients. And we're doing this as an act of faith because we believe in justice, and we believe the dreamers have equal rights like all of us who live here legally. Because they have been brought here long time ago. They're innocent. They have no other country but the U.S. They lived here. And they have a lot of potential to contribute to this great nation. So we're going to be with them all the way, including risking being arrested. So join us, inshallah, shortly for the bigger rally. But also contact your representatives. The Congress has been completely enacting nonsense, and we want them to live up to their responsibilities and respect the rights of the dreamers, because it is a human rights issue. So assalamu alaikum, inshallah we'll join the bigger rally.